Boom, what's up you guys? It's Royce Jacob, and welcome back to the channel. C3 AI Inc., a name that has been a member of the Waves portfolio for almost 2 years now, has just announced earnings, and as we expected and hoped, they absolutely crushed expectations. The stock is rallying higher in after hours, even as the greater markets sell off, which makes it especially impressive. And with all of that being said, things are looking very good for AI, and I think a second wave could be on the horizon. In the title, I imply that C3 AI Inc. could be the next Palantir. That may make sense if you are a member of the portfolio group, the newsletter group, or if you've just been keeping up with a lot of the recent Palantir videos. And just right off the bat, I want to make it clear that these are two very clearly different companies with two very different business models. The reason I am referencing or relating C3 AI Inc. to a potential Palantir is the potential for a hype cycle and a two-wave pattern, which Palantir just played out. And I'm really proud to say that this morning, I'm not going to look at Palantir right now, but again, $80 was my wave 2 price target for Palantir. A lot of you would know that. And this morning, we tested it near perfectly. I sold off my Palantir call options, bought some Palantir puts, and those are clearly paying off given the fact that Palantir closed the day down 5%. So things are looking good in the Waves portfolio. Before we jump into C3 and before we discuss some price action and potential wave 2 targets for AI stock, if you want to trade with Waves Capital on a daily basis. This is just my personal portfolio. And if you want my daily trade alerts and flash trade newsletters, this is just a quick example of what they look like. I write these every day. This is my life. So I do think $15 a month is worth it. $40 for every 3 months, completely up to you. But if you want to join, then welcome to the winning team. It's my complete portfolio, daily trade alerts, and email newsletters. As always, for those of you who are riding with me, for those of you who are existing members of the portfolio newsletter group, it really means a lot. And a comment goes a long way. Just sharing a little testimonial, not even a testimonial, but just your experience as a member of Waves Capital and your experience over the past month or two. Because, I mean, the past 4 weeks specifically, I guess since November 1st, really, when we first started trading Palantir, things have just been insane for us, and some life-changing profits have been made and realized, and it's going to be a really good Christmas for the families of Waves Cap members. So if you want to join, again, you choose your pricing plan, completely up to you. Welcome to the winning team. If you do, we're glad to have you. And again, existing members, it means a lot if you drop just your experience in the comments. So welcome to the team. For new members, if you are riding with me, then congrats, because we are looking good. C3 coming down, just even as I've been recording this and I've been prepping this video, we were up like 15% in after hours following the news. But again, NVIDIA really led the markets lower today, and that's just kind of creating a cloud over the sector. But as always, as Palantir was, as AI has been, there will always be diamonds in the rough. There will always be Palantirs in the mix. And I do think that C3, after this earnings report, definitely has the potential to be one of those. Okay, so let's read this, and then we'll dive into the charts, talk potential targets. C3 AI jumps as it boosts full-year guidance after strong Q2 results on AI momentum. C3 AI shares rose more than 14% in late trading on Monday after the enterprise software company updated its full-year guidance after the company reported fiscal second quarter results that topped expectations, led by continued strengths in AI-related spending. The company now expects fiscal 2025 revenue to be between $378 million to $398 million, up from a previous range of $370 million to $395 million. Analysts have been expecting the company to generate $382.6 in annual revenue. Looking to the third quarter, C3 AI expects revenue to be between 95.5 M and 100.5 M, with the midpoint of $98 million slightly above the $97.5 estimate. Quarterly results. For the period ending October 31st, the Thomas Siebel-led company lost an adjusted 6 cents per share as revenue rose 28.8% year over year, amazing, to come in at $94.3 million. Included in that was a 22% rise in subscription revenue to $81.2 million, while professional services revenue surged 90% year over year to $13.2 million. Those are impressive year over year metrics. Analysts expected the company to lose an adjusted 16 cents per share share on $91 million in revenue. So both of those pretty darn solid beats. I mean, that's like a 5% beat on expected revenue and a significant beat on, I guess, 10% less per share in losses. This is a quote from their CEO, Thomas Siebel, who, keep in mind, has sold the company in the past. This has been a reason that I've been bullish on AI for, again, since like December of 2022 now. So I guess 2 years it has been in the portfolio. And that is the potential for acquisition. C3 AI is a company that is led by a man who has previously sold a company for billions of dollars many moons ago. So actually, including inflation, it's a lot more than that now. But having a CEO and founder who has done this in the past shows that they're open to a potential acquisition and actually potentially even seeking an acquisition down the line. C3 AI also, as we will read here, I'm not going to talk anymore until I read this, and then I'll keep blabbering. We had an outstanding quarter with strong top and bottom line performance to mark our 7th consecutive quarter of accelerating revenue growth, Siebel said in a statement. It's difficult to overstate the potential of the Microsoft C3 AI strategic alliance by establishing C3 AI as a preferred AI application provider on Azure and creating a Microsoft-scale go-to-market engine. We're making it easy for businesses to adopt and deploy C3 AI applications. This is an inflection point for enterprise AI, driving growth. This deal, which just really catalyzed a breakout in C3 AI about last week. Again, Mr. Siebel said it. I'll just echo that. It's hard to understate that. Having the cosign of what is the third largest company in the entire world, AI, really giving up some of those gains in after hours. It'll be interesting to see if this translates into the day ahead. And if this will be the next Palantir, who knows? But again, good thing we got puts on deck if the markets do just bed tomorrow. But regardless, from a fundamental perspective, this is an incredibly bullish earnings report. Again, the deal with Microsoft is indisputably bullish, at least in my opinion. Just not only because they have the cosign of, again, a company is established and such a legacy yet still growing company like Microsoft. They are, as I said in the previous video when we first discussed that deal, now primary targets for acquisition by Microsoft themselves. And again, a $3 trillion company doesn't bat an eye at a company that's worth now, like $5 billion. So again, super appealing. Everything is looking good. The stars are aligning for C3 AI Inc. Especially they just hit a new 52-week high today, which is just a nice cherry on top. And although again a lot of these gains have 14% like an hour ago to 3% in after hours now, still bullish. I still like. If you're a member of the portfolio group, you would know that I'm very heavily positioned in this company, not only with common shares but with call options as well. Also thankful that if maybe if the Bears do win, if kind of the macro storm clouds do consume the optimism that we're seeing in the market and after hours right now. I did take a lot of profits today from C3 AI as well. Still have a large position on deck, but I did take a lot of profits from specifically December 20th call options position, just to give you guys some insight as to how I operate prior to earnings. Okay, I think we 2.5x'd that 12/20 call position. Okay, and I kept January calls just for, again, a little more transparency. But if we do get a second wave up, if this optimism does carry into the day ahead and into the weekend ahead, which I think is, again, very very I think this could be a diamond in the rough, even if the greater markets do continue to sell off. I do think that AI can jump into the range of $52 to $60. That is a large range, yes. But in my opinion, what we're seeing now is fairly similar to the move we saw back in May of 2023. And this is the same way that I distinguished or kind of just recognized Palantir's Wave 2 price target is by identifying a similar pattern in the past, driven by a similar fundamental catalyst. Again, earnings report, you can see back in, what is this? In May, back here in May of 2023, we experienced an earnings report. This is just going into 2024, but it was the same time in May. So mid to late May, C3 announced earnings. They got a second wave up following a slight sell-off and a slight kind of bull flag formation, which we see right here. Okay, right here where my cursor is clicking. Following that breakout, we saw a 15% rally. or I'm sorry, a 57% rally. If we mirror this 57% rally, that takes us to the mid-level of my target range, which just is a historical region of ceilings and floors that we saw back in 2021. And that is, again, from $52 to $60, the median of that range being like $55, $56. So where will I take profits? If we do happen to climb higher, it would be about $55. Okay. Realistically, I'm going to start taking profits probably around $51.50 just to front run the crowd. You always want to be one step ahead of your competitor when you're trading. So I will definitely be realizing some profits, scheming call options off of my existing call position if we do see like $51.50. And with each percent higher, with each tick higher, with each consecutive green day, I will take more off of my position. Best case scenario is a $70 C3 AI, just acted as a significant ceiling in the past. Is it possible we rally higher in the year ahead into 2025? Absolutely. I think that this is a very valuable company. And again, especially if they get acquired, as I was alluding to earlier, that could drive the company significantly higher, and especially by Microsoft. Again, a lot of potentially positive catalysts are in the pipeline for C3, at least in my opinion. And this is a company that I'm absolutely willing to speculate on, and always know my money is where my mouth is. So let's hope for wave 2. Again, if we do sell off, if this earnings momentum does not carry over into the day ahead, because we just keep getting lower as I record this video, happens, it's okay. Again, I have plenty of, specifically, you guys know this, Dell put options that I think we'll be printing in the days ahead. Okay, and Palantir puts now too, that if we do see a popping of the Palantir bubble, those will print. I think I'm already up like 250% on those options, to be honest. So good times. Regardless of what happens, we are ready, and we're ready to tackle, ready to keep trading as well as best as we can. So with all that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you gained some value from this video. And please let me know in the comments down below what you think of AI, what you think of Palantir, what you think of NVIDIA, how you're feeling about the markets overall right now. And always love chopping it up with you guys in the comments downstairs. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.